Hey guys, and welcome back to the Addictive Pole Fitness YouTube channel. My name is Chelsea and I'll be taking you through some basic floor tricks for today. So we've got a range of different floor tricks, starting from ones on the pole as well as a range off the pole as well. Floor tricks are really good for building strong foundations that we need to take later on up the pole. They also are an easy and simple way to teach basic coordination to swivel back and forth around the pole in a safe environment because we're nice and close to the floor. As well as this, they're great to fill in with routines as well. You don't always have to rely on moving up and down a pole. You can use tricks along the floor as well, especially if you do plan on competing and you have to move between, let's say, a static and a spin pole where there is a bit of a gap in between the poles, and you might need to do a few floor tricks to fill up space in your routines. Now, if you don't have a pole at home, like I said before, we do have options without a pole, which, like I said, are a great way of building those strength foundations that are a pole-specific form of training. Okay, so you can try these anywhere at your local gym, on your floor at home, or even at your pole studio if you're lucky enough to go to one. All right, so let's dive in, guys. Let's see how we go. First trick, we'll be doing a pole-assisted forward roll. So we can use this to then take it into a few different other shapes, but I'll show you the most basic form to begin with. All right, so for our first trick, we're gonna start with our backs nice and close to the pole and our feet on either side. I'm choosing this to do on heels, but you can do in barefoot or socks if you want to as well. So from here, I'm going to lean forward. I'm going to take one hand and take a cup grip under the pole between my legs. Other hand will come out to the side to help support me in this position. From here, it's like your basic forward roll coming away from the pole. So you need to send your head and tuck it under, so we roll over the top of the shoulder of the same arm that you tucked through. From here, your legs are going to send over across to the other side. I'll show you what I mean. So starting here, coming up, one hand is going to roll over onto my shoulder, piking up to roll on through. All right, I'm going to show this one again, only this time I'm going to use my other hand to help support myself as I roll under. So again, same starting position. One hand is going to tuck through, other shoulder is going to help. So tucking through, I'm going to lift up with both hands to roll on forward. From here, you can do little leg waves if you want as well. Showing you at full speed, so we're going to come under, grab, tuck. All right, another variation of this is a fake split. So as we come down, I'm going to be grabbing my outside leg with the same hand as I roll on through. So again, same starting position, only I need to make sure I'm grabbing my ankle with the same hand, all right? Okay, so for our next trick, we can easily transition to the other side of the pole through a bit of a leg switch swivel. Okay, so this is an easy transition out of this trick as well to get around to the other side of the pole. So from this, I'm coming out of the forwards roll and I'm going to pike my hips up so they're on either side of the pole. From here, I'm going to take my inside leg and wrap it around the pole and use my outside leg to use momentum to swing myself around the pole to get to the other side. All right, so showing it in full. Starting off in the same basic position. All right, so to do this, I'll start from the same V position and I'll demonstrate on how to hook your legs around in order to swivel around to this side of the pole. So from here, I'm going to take a cup grip with either side of the pole and I'm going to pike up. From here, you can come out to a straddle, take your legs to one side of the pole. We're going to take the inside leg to hook on. Our outside hand is going to use to help push us around the pole and we can swing and catch from here. All right? So nice and easy, we're just folding onto the side of our hip to swing around the pole. To come out of this position, we can then drop this leg down into another fake split. So I'm going to demonstrate the full trick in full speed so you guys can see what it looks like all together. Alright, so for our next trick, we're going to start off with a variation of the fish flop. So we're going to be needing to be on the back of the pole with our hips nice and close. Now I make sure my hips are still a little bit further back behind the pole from here, so I've got more room to swing my legs around to the other side of the pole. Key points here is being able to push our hips over and coming through in a thrust-like position. Now the reason we're using a pole as one of the first variations is you can really slow it down to make sure you're going to come through without causing any injuries, so then you can slowly build it up over time to make it more and more dramatic. Alright, so from here I'm going to lie down. I'm going to take one hand on the pole and I'm going to pike my legs up. One leg is going to hook onto the pole. You can take a sickle foot if you want to help push you across. Now the other leg is going to help push me through, and I'm going to roll onto the inside shoulder like so, coming across into a shoulder stand. From here I'm going to come forward onto my chest to come up. Alright, so it's nice and slow. Coming around the back of the pole, we're going to lie down. Inside hand is going to come up. I'm going to pike my legs up, feeding this one through and twizzling around the pole. We can make this more dramatic by slowly bringing our legs off away from the pole and making the scoop a little bit bigger. So I'm going to show it for you in real time again. So making sure we pike up with our hips coming through, leaning the top over across the inside of our shoulder to come forward with our chest first. All right, let's go. Alrighty, so for our next tricks, you don't actually need a pole for these ones, so they're great to add into any floor routine you're doing. Alright, I'm using my heels again in these ones. You don't need to, you can opt to use socks as well. I'm just using them for a bit more of a dramatic effect. Okay, so for our first one, I'm going to come into a tabletop position. I'm going to kick one leg up and then let my torso rotate over into a pike-like position. From here, you can either come down in a fish flop or into a split if you want. So I'm demonstrating for you. We're going to come up into a tabletop. I'm going to kick one leg over. I'm going to choose to kick my back leg up and over, bring it down to the floor, rotating up, so then I'm in a pike. From here, I can jump up into a split. So again, in our tabletop, kicking up, rolling over, up, jump. I'm now going to demonstrate the fish flop position. So this one's a little bit easier. It's more like the worm, if you ever did that in school or whatever. So we're not folding back into the fish flop, we're just coming down onto our chest. So same starting position. Coming up, I'm going to bring one leg up. From here, I'm going to kick up, over, pike, flopping. Thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I hope you come back and watch more of our YouTube channels. Make sure to like and subscribe. If you do attempt any of these at home, please film them so we can have a look. Feel free to chuck a few of the tricks we've done today together to create your own combo. We always loved seeing the videos you post, so make sure to hashtag us at Addictive Pole Fitness. Can't wait to see you all again.